Hey guys, last week we had some duds. This week we got some potential studs, and I got a little comic book purchase that I'd love to share with you. But before we do any of that, hit the music. Hey guys, welcome to Roosters Comics. This is Jaime, the week of September 6th, 2025. I've got three awesome books to share with you this week, along with some comics I purchased. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the list. First book we're going to be talking about today is Omega Man number 3 from 1983, and this is the first appearance of Lobo. News last week surfaced that James Gunn is working on the script for the Lobo movie that's coming out soon. That's starring Jason Momoa, which caused this book to move a little this week. You can get right now high-grade raw copies for right around $147. 9.8s run about $288. If you find this guy's a near mint copy for right around $140, I think it's a great deal because you can see here the most recent raw sale was August 30th for $174. James Gunn's DCU has been well received so far, so I think that it's going to cause a lot of the DC keys that are going to be featuring basically in movies to start spiking in price. If we look at the GPA right now, you can see the 90-day average is actually ticking down. But if we look overall, going back to 2002, as you see, it's gone up. But let's just look here from 2022 to 2025. This book has been right around, since 2022, it's been about 509.8. It stayed steady there, going up and down. And most recent sales you're looking at here is at, let's look, 280. And in this month alone, we've got basically a 300, 248, 315, 285, 280. So right around that $280, $300 range, this 9.8 is selling for. I think as the movie comes closer, this book's going to continue to spike. I think in the long term, though, that this is one of those stash and flip books. If the movie, ends up blowing up and Lobo becomes a big character, yes, this book has a potential to climb in price. I just personally don't see that happening. I think this is one of those books, if you really want it, you should wait till a few months after the movie comes out. You could probably pick it up for anywhere between $150 and $200. If this is something that's your jam or that you want to spec on it, now is the time to get on this book. The movie is still about 2.5 to 3 years away from coming out. The sooner you get into this book, the better off you will be if you're looking to flip it. Once these trailers come out, the book's going to climb anymore, and that's what I got to say about this book. The second book of the day is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8, which is it's tied for the first appearance for the black suit, Peter Parker wearing the symbiote suit. This book right here, raw copies, high-end raw copies sell for right around $400. Most recent sale selling for about $460. Spider-Man, brand new days coming out. There's already rumors that he will be wearing the symbiote suit in this movie, and if he doesn't wear it in this movie, he's going to be wearing it in another movie really soon. So first of all, this book has always held its value. It's always been a really, really, really cool Spider-Man key. So I think that this has great long-term potential, and if the movie lives up to the hype, I think this book could just continue to climb. If we look at the GPA right here for the 9.8, 90-day average is trending upwards. So we look here. Obviously going back then, we're looking at this was a $75 book, but since 2022, this book's been right about $720, slowly climbing down to about $400, $480, and just between that $480 and $500. In 2025, already 224 9.8s have sold, which is crazy. For the month of September, we've got a bunch already. So look at that, 355, 450, 490, 450. So anywhere between, you're looking at 350 to 450 this book is sold for. I think if you can get anywhere close to the $350 to the $400 mark, you're in good with this book. But even if you get it on the higher end side or near the 450s, though there will be some dips, I think in the long term, in the long run, 10, 15 years from now, this book's just going to continue to climb. Everyone loves the symbiote. Everyone loves Spider-Man. So having Peter Parker wearing the symbiote for the first time in this book, and there's another ASM book or Web of Spider-Man that he also wears it, and it's tied for the first appearance. But needless to say, this book is a great, I wouldn't want to say spec investment, and if you want to get it, I say jump in on it, guys. This is a really good book. And the last book of the day is one of the Bronze Age Holy Grails. That's ASM 300, first appearance of Brett Venom. The first appearance of Venom. High-grade raw copies of this book sell for right around $1,000. If you're looking for near mint 9.8 potential, a little lower, you can get them for right around 400, anywhere between the 7.0 and the 9.4 range if you get lucky. 9.8s of this book, they've never been cheap, but we got to talk about it because this is just how it is. So let me find the Marvel one. Here we go. 90-day average is trending down right around $2,400. This book has always been a pretty expensive book, even going back to 2007. Obviously, right around 2022, this book started really spiking, going about $6,000, and it steadily made its way down. I think right now we're starting to find its level off point where it's the market settling, and this is where the book should be valued right about now. If we look this year alone, we've got 55 copies. For the month of September, just one, which was $2,200. In August, you got a whole bunch of them selling. We see lows here of $2,160 all the way to highs of $2,800. I think this book, if you could find it anywhere between what's a good number to think about? Because I mean, 2,100 to 3,000. I think this book's fine. I think 10, 15 years from now, this book is just going to continue to climb. This is one of those books that has two amazing characters in it. You got Spider-Man and you've got Venom. The whole world is waiting to see them two really go at it in the MCU. We did get it, back in the late 90s or early 90s when Tobey Maguire got to wear the symbiote costume, but it didn't live up to the hype. Hopefully the MCU can do it right and just help this book continue to grow in price. And that's it. Those are my specs of the week for this week, guys. I did a little comic book hunting over the weekend. I didn't go quiche hunting. This guy was selling a collection, and he was selling them off for $2 a book. He didn't want to sell them off in bulk. He was just trying to get rid of his recently deceased son's collection. And a lot of people picked through it already, but when I got to it, I found two runs that I always wanted to have for my personal PC, and I got them. So I'm going to go ahead and share them with you right now. First one is the Fear Itself run by Matt Fraction. We've got book one right here, which is all of these guys I'd want to say are high nines. High nines. That's book one. Book two. Oh, I'm sorry if let me do this a little better. Let me just put these down right here. That's book three right there. Beautiful. That's book three. That's book three right there. It's beautiful. I'm just looking to make sure you can see a good book four. Book five. Book six. Book seven. None of these books are real big. Like there's no key significance or anything like that. We got here 7.1 Captain America. These are just books that I've always wanted for my collection. And at $2 a pop, I thought I couldn't beat them. 7.2 Thor. 7.3 Iron Man. And then we've got X Factor #1, which I just thought was cool. I don't own a copy, and I always wanted one, so there you go. And I'd probably say this is at least a 9.0, but it's not going to get graded. So, and then this is my second little run that I wanted. He was missing the very last book of this run, but buying one of them, I think now that I've got the first 7, I probably can end up getting book 8, and that's House of M. So we got House of M issue 1 right here. Issue 2. Issue 3. Once again, all of these are very high grade. He kept 3. I rebagged them because the bags were kind of busted, but the books were in great shape. This is it, book 5. And you got book 6. And then book 7, and I gotta find book 8 online somewhere. And those are them, guys. And that's it. That's it for this week. And finally, guys, if you do like my content, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I really want to get this channel growing. We'll be doing some, giveaways as the channel continues to grow in the future. I am potentially buying my very first comic book collection this week. If I do, I will do a video showing off the books that were in there, and and hopefully we get some banging keys that are in there. Other than that, guys, finally, keep your ear out for that rooster crowing, because when the rooster crows, that means there's a good deal out there. This is Jaime Hernandez with Roosters Comics signing out. Y'all have a great night, guys.